Tonight on CTV News, we have a look at a Bernie Sanders rally that took place in Denver over the weekend. Plus, a look at what some students thought of the new Deadpool movie. All this and more coming up on CTV News. Good evening and thanks for tuning in to CTV News. I'm Willis Scott.
And I'm Cassandra Ozzie. Let's get started.
The Muscular Dystrophy Association recently named its National Goodwill Ambassador, and it's a Colorado State University alum. Joseph Okmukjian is a 2013 graduate of CSU and was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy at 15 months old. And he has been involved with the MDA for many years. This is the first time that MDA has chosen an adult for the National Goodwill Ambassador. As ambassador, Okmukjian will meet and develop stronger relationships with families affected by neuromuscular diseases and forge better connections with new and old sponsors of MDA.
Is the space that you study award-winning? For one CSU professor, that is the case. Catherine Lee, a Colorado State University professor of interior design and merchandising, has received a national award for research design from the Environmental Design Research Association. She designed the space in Aylesworth originally to give her students more space to collaborate and more room to eat and relax. Lee hopes that the award will encourage CSU to put more emphasis on what efficient interior design can do for students.
We asked Bernie Sanders supporters from CSU why they attended his rally in Denver last Saturday. Here's what they had to say. Hey Rams, this is Willis Scott. I'm standing outside the Colorado Convention Center where folks are lined up around the building in eager anticipation of seeing Bernie Sanders at his rally. We're going to see if we can find some CSUers to talk to. So what brings you guys down here from Fort Collins?
I'm feeling the burn. I think Bernie has a lot of integrity and aligns with my own values. He cares about climate change, super important. So yeah, gonna come feel the burn and try to see him.
He really supports the values that are actually going to improve America, and I think that that's so important.
What are some Bernie issues that you guys just really identify with?
Absolutely, the income inequality. No one talks about that, and that's his main issue. And just can't get enough of hearing about it. It's refreshing to hear a politician talking about that, so it's probably my favorite thing.
For me, criminal justice is one of the biggest issues. We have a huge problem with a massive, broken criminal justice system, so Bernie's really the only one talking about that.
I really identify with the free college. That's a big thing. I'm not a really rich guy, so that's a big thing for me. Free healthcare is a big thing also.
I really like that he seems very committed to building a better future for young people in this country, and a lot of the things that I think right now we consider to be privilege, like healthcare and education, he thinks should be a right, and I think that's a really good attitude to have, and I really support it. So,
are you guys planning on attending a caucus March 1st to support Bernie?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay, and do any of you have Bernie bumper stickers on your cars right now?
I do. It's in the back. It's right in the middle so everyone can see it, so everybody knows. Feeling the burn.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some stickers on my car, get a couple of signs for the front yard.
Yes, that's the plan.
So, yeah.
We both have stickers already. So.
Yeah. What do you like about Bernie?
I love how he's for the people. I love his political planks. I'm in love with him as a person and what he stands for. He's awesome.
And I've been asking people, a little curious, he's one of the oldest candidates running. I think he is the oldest candidate.
Yeah.
And he's got a real following with college students. What do you think about that?
I think he connects well with the students. He connects well with the younger generation. He really talks about the issues that are going on today, and he really does care for the people. Bernie! Yeah.
Very cool. And are you interested in caucusing for him at all?
Oh yeah, of course. I already signed the papers. I'm so ready.
During his 45-minute speech, Senator Sanders talked about fighting for women's and gay rights, providing free college tuition, fighting climate change, and raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. More than 18,000 people attended the rally.
After 42 years in Campus West, CB & Potts is finally closing its location and moving. Starting March 12th, the location will finally close its doors and move to its new location at the Foothills Mall. The brewery at the Campus West location will remain open and continue to brew beer. Potts has said that it will keep all three locations open as it redeveloped the Foothills Shopping Center. The new CB&N Pots will be located just west of the main entrance of the mall, across from the H&M.
The football games may get a little more rowdy next year. Colorado State University petitioned Larimer County to sell full-strength beer, wine, and liquor at Hughes Stadium during football games. The Coloradoan is reporting that only the sale of full-strength beer has been approved. CSU Athletic Director Joe Parker wanted to move away from the 3-2 beer sold on the concourse level. Currently, liquor and wine are only sold on the club level at Hughes Stadium. They are not approved for the concourse level.
Saturday evening was the annual 1870 dinner to celebrate and thank donors for their generous support of Colorado State University. During the event, CSU President Tony Frank announced the launch of a new campaign to raise $1 billion. The money raised will go toward increasing the number of scholarships, investment in infrastructure, providing various resources to programs, and maintaining a comfortable financial cushion for the university. Here's what CSU's president, Dr. Tony Frank, had to say.
Its title, State Your Purpose. Its goal, $1 billion. Its timeline, 2020. A gift to this university on her 150th birthday.
It's time for a break, Rams.
But don't go anywhere. After the break, we have weather with Neall Denman.
Stay tuned.
Hey there, Rams. Welcome back from the break. I'm weather anchor Neall Denman, here with your weather forecast. Well, if you take a look at our live cam, there's still a few people out, not too many. Today got pretty warm, but tonight's going to get a little bit colder and very windy, just like it did last night. So going with that, let's look at our current temperature. Right now it's about 50 degrees with a 10-mile-an-hour northwesterly wind. That wind's just going to pick up and the temperature is going to continue to drop, but not too much, so you won't need a heavy jacket tonight, but probably a light coat. I'll get into that a little bit more later. And looking with that, let's take a look at our overnight lows across the state. The Front Range is looking just in the 30s with only Colorado Springs and Pueblo being below freezing. The Eastern Plains are going to be a little colder with 26 in Lamar and 24 in Lyman and 29 in Burlington. But across the mountains, we're going to look at a very chilly 1 degrees in Gunnison and a 21 degrees in Vail and 13 in Craig. So it's going to be quite chilly across the state. But with that, let's look at your evening planner for Fort Collins tonight. So if you're looking at around 8 p.m., it's going to be about 47 degrees, so it'll still be pretty chilly, but not too much. So like I said, if you're going to be heading out, bring a light jacket or windbreaker, definitely a sweatshirt, because you're going to need it. And then around 10 p.m., it's going to hit about 43 degrees, so it'll be a little chillier. And also keep in mind that it will be very windy, so if you're going to be out tonight, be careful of the wind, because I almost got blown over last night because of how windy it was, so just be careful. All right, with that, let's take a look at our tomorrow's highs across the state. It's going to be very warm tomorrow. We're going to see a 70 in Denver and a 64 in Colorado Springs, with a 65 right here in Fort Collins and a 71 in Pueblo. So the Front Range is going to be very warm, and there's even a fire warning in Pueblo and Colorado Springs. It's very unusual for this time of year, but it's to be expected with this unseasonably warm temperatures. Now across the Eastern Plains, we're going to look at some more higher temperatures with a 71 in Lamar and a 67 in Burlington, and a 63 in Lyman and a 64 in Sterling. So it'll still be warm across the Eastern Plains. Out in the Western Slope, it's going to be a little chillier with a 36 in Gunnison, a 43 in Craig, and a 47 in Vail. So it'll be a little bit warmer, but across the whole state, it's going to be quite warm. In fact, there's not a single freezing temperature for the high tomorrow, so that'll be very nice. Looking at your 7-day, so today we saw about 53 degrees. If you look at Wednesday, we're going to see around a 65-degree temperature, and it's going to continue to warm as we're going to hit 70 on Thursday. But Thursday will also be very windy, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you get ready for classes on Thursday. Friday, we're going to dip down just a little bit down to 61, and on Saturday, we're going to hit 62 with a low of 30. And then as the week comes to an end over the weekend, we're going to see a little bit of a drop in temperatures, about 52 degrees on Sunday and 53 on Monday. So it will be a little chillier, but the warming conditions will continue to stay throughout the rest of February, so hopefully we'll continue that and avoid any snow if we can. Well, Rams, that's all the weather I have for you tonight, but stay tuned because Jason Ortiz and AJ Montgomery have you covered in all things Ram Sports.
Test scores, GPAs, credits complete. They say what you've done, but they're only part of who you will become. With each new experience, discovery, and triumph, you become who you were always meant to be. And what you'll remember most is your state of curiosity, state of unity, state of awe. Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Welcome back, Rams. I'm sports anchor AJ Montgomery.
And I'm Jason Ortiz. Here's the latest in Rams sports. The Colorado State women's tennis team was shut out this weekend after the Huskers beat them 7-0, but then put up a good fight against nationally ranked Wichita State. Senior Madison Porter was one of the only Rams to put up a good fight this weekend as she forced a third set, but eventually succumbing to Nebraska's McKenna Maddox-Her 6-3. The Rams' next match is Saturday versus Colorado College at the Fort Collins Country Club.
Hollywood Higgins is heading to the NFL Scouting Combine. After being invited to the Combine, Higgins has been putting in a lot of work. Finishing this year at CSU holding 2 records, Rashad is looking to be a top wide receiver in this year's draft. Here's a look at Rashad's latest video on his prep for the NFL.
CSU club baseball team had a pretty rough weekend, dropped both games on Sunday to Trinidad State Junior College with a combined score of 32-3. The Rams struggled to push runs across the plate all day long, racking up only 5 hits in Game 1 and 1 hit in Game 2. You can say they struggled a little bit offensively. After losing Game 1 15-3, CSU tried to put that game behind them and get a win in Game 2. Unfortunately, the Trojans came out hot, earning 17 runs on 15 hits and only 5 innings of play. CSU's pitching could not catch a break as 2 different pitchers were shelled for 5 runs each in the first 2 innings of play. However, their counterpart did not have those same issues, only allowing 1 hit and 1 free pass. CSU's next game is Saturday at City Park at noon.
The Colorado State men's basketball team traveled to Las Vegas, Nevada to take on the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. They couldn't quite seem to be able to keep that basketball secured and turned that ball over 21 times, tying the school record, which led to 22 UNLV points. After the 87-80 loss, the Rams are now sitting at 14-11 overall and 6-6 in the Mountain West Conference. There are only 6 more games left this season, so winning the next one against Utah State this Wednesday, February 17th at 7 p.m. in Logan, Utah, is crucial. Last meeting against the 12-11 Utah State Aggies, the Rams fell to them in Moby Arena 96-92. Look for Antoine Scott this game because last game he strapped in 35 points in the tight loss. No reason we'll be seeing those numbers again come this Wednesday.
Along with the baseball team, softball team also struggled this weekend in College Station, Texas, dropping all 5 games at the Aggie Classic, as you can see here. Friday's games were probably the best as CSU led number 7 UCLA all game until the bats of the Bruins came alive and left the Rams' hearts broken. CSU looks to get it going as they play 5 more games this weekend as they head to Nevada for the UNLV tournament.
What an unbelievable season the Colorado State women's basketball team are having. The Lady Rams are 22-1 and don't seem to be losing any steam anytime soon. This Wednesday, the Rams will be hosting the Utah State Aggies here in Moby Arena. In Moby Arena, the Rams are 12-0 and are presumably going to push that perfect home record to 13 wins. Last meeting in Logan, Utah, the Rams put on a show to cruise to a 69-49 blowout win. Hopefully we'll get to see the Lady Rams pull off that feat again February 17th. After all the success the Rams' 3-point shooting, you got to think it came from somewhere, and I think we figured where it came from. This is a segment we like to call Who's Your Baller? So Jason and I will be picking one player from the men's basketball team and the women's basketball team.
Nope.
And my baller for this week is Emmanuel Mogabo. I think he just comes away with this one and having the best play. And then for my girls, I chose Ellen Nystrom, junior guard.
I think you had some pretty good picks there, AJ, but my picks this week, I went with Prentice Nixon for my guys. He's averaging only 5.5 points a game, but lately he's coming on more. He got the starts the last 3 games. He's averaging 40% from the three-point line. And for the girls, I picked Kiora Wary. She is a big presence. She scores all of her points in the paint. 23 minutes a game. Once they get that big lead, she usually comes out, but I think from here on out, she's usually their top scorer.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Up next, we have entertainment anchor Nicole Hines.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back from break, Rams. I'm your entertainment anchor, Nicole Hines. Here's the latest in the world of entertainment. Friends is coming back to television. Well, sort of. NBC is having a special honoring the comedy director James Burrows. Jennifer Aniston, Lisa Kudrow, Courtney Cox, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer all came together to honor the Friends director. The only one who will not be present is Matthew Perry, who is filming a play in London. E! News says that this will not be the only reunion that night. Casts of Taxi, Will and Grace, Cheers, The Big Bang Theory, Mike and Molly, and 2.5 Men are all expected to pay tribute to the director. The event is probably the closest fans will ever come to a Friends reunion, so make sure to tune in February 21st at 9 at night. Last night, the Grammys aired and many familiar faces were present. Taylor Swift started off the show with an incredible performance of Out of the Woods and later won Album of the Year for 1989. Swift used her acceptance speech to get back at Kanye West for his recent song Famous. Now everyone can probably remember the incident between the two at the 2009 MTV Music Awards. That was a few years ago, and I thought that they had gotten past the drama, but with the recent controversy about Kanye's new song that mentions Swift, she used her acceptance speech to send a clear message to him and his fans by saying, "I want to say to all the women out there, there are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame. Way to go, Taylor. You deserve that win, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise." Over this past weekend, everyone seemed to have made plans to see Deadpool. This weekend it earned $132.8 million according to Entertainment Weekly and became the first R-rated movie to ever surpass $100 million the weekend it came out. With that in mind, I took to the plaza to ask people about superheroes. Hey everybody, Nicole Hines here on the plaza, and today we're going to be talking about superheroes. So have you seen Deadpool yet?
I haven't. I've never even heard of it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, well, it's a new movie that just came out on Friday, so you don't plan on seeing it then?
I mean, maybe if I read like a synopsis on it and I think it sounds interesting, maybe.
No.
Do you plan on seeing Deadpool?
No.
Why not?
Because one, movies are really expensive and I don't have the money for that, and two, I'm kind of sick of the superhero movie thing. So
no, I haven't seen it.
Have you guys seen Deadpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Was it worth it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
How many? Have you just one time you've gone, or how
I'm gonna
many?
go twice, but
Twice?
I'm gonna go again probably.
Mhm.
I saw on the first day.
Yes, I have.
Yes. How was it?
It was really good. It was awesome. Yeah.
It was worth it?
Yes, definitely.
My favorite superhero is probably Superman.
Why?
Because he can fly. I
Yeah?
think that's always been a super cool superpower.
Captain America.
Why?
Because
you're wearing the Superman shirt,
This
though.
is my gym clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a wonderful person, and Chris Evans is a beautiful man.
Yep,
so
I agree.
Gotta love him.
I know.
Yep.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man, why? I grew up watching the original cartoon and then reading the comic books, and I've just been in love with him ever since. So if you could have a superpower,
Oh, goodness.
what would your superpower be?
The power to control probability.
Why?
So you can just make random stuff happen.
Hmm.
Like, the probability of a meteor hitting the bad guy just increases to 100%.
Oh.
I win.
I think I would choose to fly.
To fly, any reason?
So I could, or transportation. Mostly travel-based powers.
Cartoon physics.
What's that?
I could be a cartoon. Like if I fall off a cliff, cartoon. If I don't look down, you can just keep running in the air. If you get hit in the head, all you see is a couple stars, but you're totally fine. Like one scene later.
Well,
so
there you go.
cartoon physics.
You haven't thought about this at all?
Not
No.
even a little bit.
Okay. Such good reviews on the movie, I thought more people would have already seen it. So if you're watching this and still haven't seen the movie, make sure to go get your Deadpool tickets for this weekend. Well, that's all the time we have for you, Rams. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in tomorrow for CTV News at 7. Have a great night.